Here's my full easy tutorial on how to complete the Forsakenn Easter Egg in Cold War Zombies. Remember to leave a like if you find this guide useful, but jumping straight into it, from spawn, you're going to want to activate this teleporter in the spawn room to begin a 30-second countdown. During this 30 seconds, just kill zombies and gain points until you can teleport to checkpoint. From here, you'll simply open up the map, follow the on-screen prompts to take you to open Pack-a-Punch, and if you don't know how to do that and need a guide for it, there is a card in the top right or in the description to show you exactly how to open Pack-a-Punch. Assuming you know how to do that, once you've lifted the lockdown and Pack-a-Punch is available, in the next room there's going to be a flashing button on the wall that you'll want to hit. Doing so will begin a in-game cutscene, and once that's finished we can begin with the first step. So around the map there's going to be 3 big dark ether crystals that have spawned. One in spawn, one in the roof above quick revive, and one in the accelerator room. So starting here with the one above quick revive, you're going to see there are going to be 3 orbs floating around this crystal. All you need to do is simply just shoot all 3, and you see this final one is going to be spinning around really quickly, so it might take a little while, but make sure you shoot that. And whilst this is going on, you are going to be attacked by a load of zombies, so just be careful. The second huge crystal is in the spawn room, the staging area. Is very hard to miss, and again, you're going to want to shoot all 3 of those flying orbs. The third crystal can be found here in the amplifier, and again, you're going to want to destroy all 3 orbs. Once you've done that, you're then going to need to destroy all 3 crystals with the Chrysalax wonder weapon. Now, there are 3 ways to get this wonder weapon, with one being a guaranteed Easter egg quest to get it, but if you're playing in co-op, it's definitely advisable that more than one player gets one. The first method is by just getting it out of the mystery box, which is not easy to do. The second, and a very popular method, is going to be to get it from a legendary trial reward. The trial machine is in the Pack-a-Punch room, and you just want to keep buying them and completing challenges until you get a legendary, and then redeem it and hope that you get the wonder weapon. As with all maps, there's a guaranteed third way to get this wonder weapon, and to do it, we're going to need 3 parts. The first one is going to drop from a tormentor zombie, which are the red spiky zombies from Mauer de Toten, and you're going to have to kill it with some sort of incendiary weapon, such as a flamethrower, Molotovs, or in this instance, I had Ring of Fire, and I got downed by it, but it still dropped the part because it's technically classed as a flammable weapon against it, and as you can see, it dropped a tempered crystal heart. Not the best way to try to get this thing, so definitely use a Molotov or a flamethrower on a tormentor, as it will guarantee that it will drop this. Your next part should spawn after round 9, where you'll hear a interruption from the overhead of an unidentified flying object crashing into the map. And this is going to be over in Main Street in one of these stores called Jim's Donuts. You're going to see that a meteor part has crash landed into here, and all you need to do is simply destroy all of the zombies that spawn around. There's going to be a multitude of different enemies that are going to spawn, from normal zombies to all sorts of elites, and it wasn't until the next round after I took out a wave of mimics that I could pick up this crystal part. For your third and final part, you're going to want to get an abomination to spawn, and you're going to want it to use its laser attack while looking towards a dark ether crystal. There's going to be loads of them that are going to spawn all around the map and refresh every round. And for me, this was extremely difficult to do, and I hope it's a bit easier for you in your game. But for whatever reason, I couldn't get the abomination's laser beam to actually hit the crystal. So potentially it was just really buggy in my game, and it should work perfectly fine for you. But if it's correctly lasered a dark ether crystal, you'll be able to pick up the final crystal part, and you'll have all 3 in your inventory. From there, you'll want to make your way to the particle accelerator room, and there'll be this pool of water that you'll be able to interact with and put all 3 parts for the wonder weapon in. From here, you're going to need to get melee kills specifically by this pool until you've gotten enough souls that it will let you take 3 Chrysalax. I know I don't show you it in this gameplay because this step just wouldn't work for me, but believe me, it works, and that's exactly how you get it. Now, remember those dark ether crystals from the previous step? We're going to need to go back to those, but just before, everyone in your game has got to go over to fuel processing. There's going to be 4 buttons that you can activate around this area. If you're playing in co-op, 4 players, all players have to hold activate on 1 button each at the exact same time. If solo, you're going to have to press all of these buttons in quick succession, I believe. And in 3 player, I just had to press 2 buttons while the other players pressed 1. It's going to activate a mini lockdown where you're going to have to kill a load of zombies to fill up 4 soul jars, very similar to the soul jars from the Moon Easter egg. With your newly acquired Chrysalax, this should be an absolute breeze, and if other players in your game got one from the trials, again, this should be really easy. Once you've completed this by filling up all the canisters, you won't be locked in anymore. The zombies will despawn, and this middle section will drop a fuel canister, which is going to be very useful for the next step. Now remember those 3 big dark ether crystals? Well, we're going to need to go back to each one and melee it with your crystal axe. So I'm going to start with the one in the spawn room. So just go up to it, the crystal axe, melee it, and it's going to destroy the crystal, revealing a new part we can pick up called a crystal shard. This is going to replace whatever you have in your left grenade, and it's also going to spawn an abomination, which we need for this step. So with this part you've picked up, throw the grenade at the abomination, and you're going to see the abomination eat it. You're going to see an audible like munching sound, and the back of the zombie is going to suddenly turn red. From this moment on, you're going to want to just melee this to death, and it's going to drop a catalyzed crystal shard. Now, we're going to need 3 of those. So as you can imagine, we need to go back to the other 2 crystals and rinse and repeat. So I go down to the amplifier, I destroy it with my crystal axe, it spawns in that crystal shard that I can pick up for my left grenade, and an abomination spawns. So I just throw it at it, it munches it away, I destroy it and pick up another crystal. And then our final crystal was at storage zone 5 rooftops, which is above quick revive. And once I take out the 3rd abomination by throwing this crystal at it, it munching it away, and then me killing it will drop the final shard piece. Now that we've done with the crystals, we can move on to the next step, and you're going to need to acquire dead wire on one of your weapons. Once you've got this, make your way into the arcade section of the map, stand by this Activision Grand Prix arcade machine. With your dead wire weapon, just shoot a zombie, and as you see, the electricity is going to spark in and invigorate the machine to life. And for 2,000 points, you'll be able to deploy an ARC-XD. This is a very, very special one, as with this ARC-XD, you're going to need to use it to drive into the TV shop and then go ahead and drive it near this vent, which is going to blow the vent away and then lead you into this new secret room. Now, you can only do this with the RCXD spawned from this arcade machine. You can't build one and be able to do this Easter egg step. It has to be from that arcade machine using dead wire. Once you're in here, just blow up the RCXD and you'll have access to pick up a TV part that wasn't there before, which you can see in this crack in the wall. It gets added to our invent, and then we just need one more part. And for that, we need to get one more abomination. Once you have one in your game, go to the boardroom section of the map, which is just past the bunker. And in this corner, you're going to want an abomination to run into the corner to knock down this weird lunar lander looking part. Best to just get close to it, let it run into that corner, and it will knock this part down. At this point, you have everything you need to begin the boss fight of the map. But I would advise at this point that you stock up on perks. You make sure you've got everything maxed out with Pack-a-Punch, tier abilities, and I definitely recommend that you take in the Wonder Weapon and maybe something like an M16 for long-range attacks against the Forsaken. But it's a pretty simple boss fight, and this is split into 2 parts. Once you're ready, head to Main Street, and right at the end, there's going to be a buildable bench where you'll be able to build everything we've collected for this Easter egg. You'll now build the Ethereum neutralizer, and there'll be a bunch of character talk before you'll get a prompt to activate this, and this is the point of no return. So make sure you're ready. Once it's activated, you'll notice that you'll be inside of a small ring with this very weird machine in front of you that keeps ringing and making weird noises. Once all players are in this, the machine will start moving, and you'll see that the area you're in will also start moving, but it will stop, and you'll have to go out of it to smash a red crystal in order to power up this machine and get you moving forwards. As you'll see here, I picked up one, put it in, and of course we're moving again, but we are about to stop. You can see that crystal out there, so I'm going to melee it, I'm going to pick it up, I'm going to take it back to the machine and pop it back in. And we're essentially going to be repeating this process for the whole of this little journey through Main Street. You'll see that there will be some dark ether crystals up above, so you've got to climb up some ladders. There's also going to be some on the bottom floor as well. It's very simple. You're just going to make sure you're keeping an eye out so that you don't miss these, because you can't progress until you've gone out the bubble, found this crystal, and brought it back to the machine. Once you've gotten all the way through and you've smashed all the crystals, powered it into this machine, you'll then be granted to the boss arena. But just before then, the game gives you one last chance to buy any perks you need, make any Pack-a-Punches, as well as craft any items. So if you've got some points spare, definitely make the most of them. But let's jump into the boss fight. When everyone is ready, go up to the door and hold the interact button to confront the Forsaken. You'll be granted with a massive playable area area, and your first point of call is going to be to take out the Forsaken's shield. Now, in order to do that, you're going to need to use long-range weapons to shoot its shoulder pads. So definitely focus on doing that and taking out its shield before anything else. This is where death machines come in extremely handy, in my opinion, if you've got a co-op game going, as they will take out the shoulders very, very quick. But once they have been taken out, you're going to want to look around the map to find where Maxis is. And you're going to want to stand in the area that she's floating above. Within there, you're going to notice that as you kill zombies, you're going to be filling up this Maxis essence level bar. And once it hits maximum, Maxis is going to fly over to one of the turrets, and you are going to go jump on that and shoot in the Forsaken's shoulders. If you shoot in any other area, the Forsaken will just get all of his health back and you'll have to restart over. But do not worry, just go back to Maxis, kill zombies underneath her, and once it's full, she will power on one of the cannons again. Once you've gotten on the cannons and you've shot off both of the Forsaken's shoulders, he is not going to like that. And you're going to be thrown into a mini cutscene involving the apparent future of Requiem if we defeat the Abomination. We're not going to let that happen, so he teleports you back into the arena, and now in his squid-like form with no arms, you'll notice that his shield has come back. Now, throughout all of this, he will have some ranged attacks, ranging from attacks which are going to freeze you to some sort of lightning strikes, but they're all very easy to dodge and to maneuver. You've got a ton of space here. But this time, his shield is going to be his chest, so make sure you destroy his chest with your long-range weapons or your death machine before going back under Samantha, getting those zombies kills, and then her powering up one of the cannons. When the cannon is online, you're going to be shooting his chest, and you'll notice that he'll get his armor back again, so you're going to have to just plaster his head this time. Once the shield has gone from his head, you're free to go under Maxis, get more kills, and then when that turret is online, go onto it and shoot him directly in the head. Once you've done that, you have completed the Forsakenn Easter Egg, and you will have a very epic ending cinematic on your hands. It will seem like all is over and you're about to die and bleed out, but Samantha comes and saves us in the nick of time. I really hope you guys enjoyed this quick, simple, and easy guide. If you did, a like would be super appreciated. If you want some help on any other Easter eggs for Cold War zombies, I've got them linked down below in this video's description. If you want any more help on this map specifically, you'll find many other guides linked there as well. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more. I'll see you next time.